At the southern tip of Africa lies the city of Cape Town, almost as far south as you can go. Cape Town is also the gateway for many to the west and east coasts, as well as to the interior. The city is most famous for Table Mountain, the 1 kilometre high mountain at the centre of the city. Surrounding this are glorious stretches of golden beaches and the beautiful blue ocean. The whole peninsula is a paradise for both hikers and water sports enthusiasts, as well as being world-renowned for its fantastic wines and vineyards. But Cape Town is also remembered for that most infamous island prison where Nelson Mandela was incarcerated for 27 years, as was the leader of the PAC, Robert Sobukwe. Thus, it was no mystery that Mandela's first public appearance after his release was in the centre of Cape Town, where his message of peace, reconciliation and growth was sent out to the world and marked the end of apartheid. 4 years later, South Africa held its first democratic election, and the first democratic government was installed. There were attempts by some to hinder the rise of democracy, and many South African civilians died as some parties jostled for supremacy. However, the transition was largely peaceful and supported by the majority of South Africans. Today, Cape Town is a multilingual and diverse city with speakers of Xhosa, Zulu, Afrikaans, English, and other South African languages, as well as large numbers of French speakers from other parts of Africa. But in spite of huge strides being made, the city remains unequal, with large sections of the community living in poverty in the areas surrounding the city centre known as the Cape Flats. These areas are often the scenes of service delivery protests, as the city struggles to cope with the influx of people from rural areas. Some of the legacies of apartheid persist, such as the tragic forced removal of the people of District 6 under apartheid's laws of separate development in the early 1970s. Homes and all forms of infrastructure were demolished. The Cape Town campus of CPUT, one of the organising universities of the 2016 ICED conference, was built on this bare land. Slowly but surely, people are taking up residence again on this land. Students from impoverished areas around Cape Town form a large pool of potential students for the 4 universities of the Western Cape, which all strive to give equal access to these students. These 4 universities are Stellenbosch University, the University of the Western Cape, the Cape Peninsula University of Technology, and the University of Cape Town. 2 of the universities are in Cape Town proper, and 2 others in towns further inland, one of which is Stellenbosch, famous for its Dutch architecture and wine farms. A lot of our academic development work focuses on teaching new students, so that work and professional opportunities for socially and educationally disadvantaged students are maximised in order to, in part, reverse the wrongs of the past. The 2016 ICED conference will be held at the University of Cape Town Law Faculty and the Baxter Theatre. You are warmly invited to join the hosting universities at this conference on the 23rd to 25th of November 2016.